Today we're going to be installing this ImoLaza smart sprinkler controller, and this is going to be replacing a current one we have that controls 12 different irrigation stations or irrigation valves. So let's open it up. It shouldn't take us that long. Pretty easy installation. It says don't return to the store. It has a nice instruction booklet. This one actually can cover 16 zones. We just have 12, but you can go up to 16. Talks about the things you need to do the install. We have a wiring diagram just to make it really simple. And it comes with a mounting template, just where you put in your holes to mount it. And then these are little labels you can put on your existing system, so you know which wires are going which before you remove the old system. And then this is the module. Pretty cool looking. This is also something that can be hooked up to Wi-Fi, so if you were away, you could turn your system on or off, or do different watering. So here's the system here, and we have the mounting screw here, and then 3 set ones. And then if we pull this casing off, we can see really easy to put in the wires. Here's the power, where the power goes in. Put in the wires to the different valves, and you can just tighten it up. So it's going to be really easy. First thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and remove now the old system. Here's our old system. This is an Orbit one that was able to work with 12 different stations. Here's the numbers that tell us what wire goes to what station. We're going to use these things to, like, I'll take off this one and I'll pull out that wire that says 1, wrap it around to give me a reference later so I know which stations are which. In the directions it also says it's a good idea before you even take off your old system, if you were to just run it and make sure that all the valves, everything's working. And if there's anything wrong, you can fix it before you do the new system. Because otherwise, with the new system, if something's not working, you want to rule out that it isn't the new system, which is not going to happen because it is brand new. But you want to make sure your old system's working first. Here we have the C would be for common. That'd be this white one. We can label that one first, and then we'll work down the 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to the 12th station. And again, the new one can actually control up to 16 stations. So you actually have a nice screwdriver that comes with your kit. I'm going to press in here to release this common one. I'm going to put a label on that so you know that's the common one. Wrap it around. That label came with the kit. Get that off to the side there, out of the way. And now I'll go to the number 1, station number 1. Disconnect that. Pull that one out. I'll label that one. I'll do that for all 12. So I've got all the wires out from here. And now I'm just going to take the screws out that are holding this unit in. And we can put the new one in. Shouldn't take you that long to take the old unit off the wall. We're all set for the new one. I'm about to put these wires in here, but I just want to, on the ones I'm going to be using, like the common and all the stations I'm going to use, I want to loosen them up a little bit with the little Phillips head screwdriver that comes with the kit, just so they're open and ready to have the wires come in, and then I'll tighten them down onto the wires. Just take a second to do that. We've got the common wire in. I've got all the wires for all the stations. And now I'm just putting the mounting screws in. does come with these little inserts, so you can put this into sheetrock. In our case, we have a piece of wood, plywood already there. We got one in here, one here, one here, and we should be able to do the power. Next up, I'll put the cover back on. Okay, let's do our power wire. I'm going to plug it in right up in there. There we go. And plug it into the wall here. Power going. Let's see, the power's coming in. That's cool. I like the colors. Case back on. We got it hooked up, and we're just going to work now with the programming. So the instructions say test your old controller, make sure it works. Take a picture of your current wiring as a reference before you put your new controller. Disconnect your old controller and remove the sprinkler wires. Adhere the numeric labeling stickers to each one. We did that. Remove your old controller from the wall. We did that. Before removing the previous system, make sure to turn off the power. Did that. Use the label markers for the installation of your controller so that you can pre-drill your holes. Use the appropriate drill bit. Use a hammer to gently tap the anchors into position. Mark the sprinkler wires with the labels and connect them accordingly. Install the controller into the fixed position. We did all that. Okay. If you're replacing an old controller, make sure your new one is within Wi-Fi distance from wherever your Wi-Fi is in your house. So ours is in the garage, pretty close. So when you wire it, you put the common wire, that, put the 1 through 16 zones. We have up to 12 zones. And you may have a master valve wire labeled M or MV or pump. It goes to the M connection. Okay, do all that. You can also connect rain sensors. So we don't have one currently, but you can do a rain sensor, and that way if your sprinkler system is designed to go off on a Tuesday, but it's raining on a Tuesday, the rain sensor will tell it to bypass that day. Pretty cool. Okay, this goes over some other wiring options you have. All right. Oh, and you can get the app for your phone. That's really cool. So you can use your phone to control yours via the Wi-Fi. Let me do that. I'm going to go to the App Store, get this, and we'll put that on the phone and then show you guys. All right, so I have put the app onto the phone, and I'm within 10 feet of the controller. And I've got my Bluetooth enabled on my phone. I'm picking this controller. This is the one we just installed. And it's checking the name for the controller. It's already got a name put in there. I might just put in my own name here. It's going to say sprinkler controller. Next. Save device Wi-Fi, enter home Wi-Fi password. So I'm going to put in phone's password. So I put in the name of the Wi-Fi, I put in the password, and I press next. Now it's working on finding the device. It has to all link up. Couple minutes. So while it's finding the device, you'll see this little taskbar moving. You want to stay here on this screen and not cancel or exit the app. and you want to be within about 10 feet from your controller. And this taskbar will slowly get all the way to here, and then it'll take you to the next screen. So we put in the name of the Wi-Fi for our house, put in the password, connected. When you connect it, instead of having the green and yellow lights, now you get a blue light. And now the next thing is, says you've added your device successfully. They show you the blue light, and you're going to add your address. First, let's set the address for your controller. So this is just where you put in where you live. So on the next screen, after you put in your address, it looks like you're supposed to find on a map the weather station closest to you. I think that'd be that one. Say next. And then controller setup, it says set up zones. Ready to go outside. Select each zone to test it, and configure. I think I'm supposed to get near the zone. So now we're at zone 2. There's 12 zones or stations, and I'm going to press edit so I can put in some information. Could name it. Name it redwood trees. So give it a name, just confirm, take a photo, that's station 2, plant type, we put trees, confirm, sprinkler type is confirm. Soil type is clay, sunlight, lots of sunlight, slope. So once you have it all set up in the app, you can go to this one called zones. I have 11 different zones. This one we're in front of right now is zone number 6. So I'm going to go to 6, I'm going to press it. I just want to test it out. You could say quick run, press that one, and then you could say it's going to run for 5 minutes. I think I'll just run it for one minute. Press run. I'm going to press this little start button here. I can hear them firing up. You can see the sprinkler going, sprinkler's going over there. Got one over here. That's the zone 6. And then if you wanted to pause it, you just press that button and that'll shut it off. So pretty cool. So you could do this inside your house. You could do this on your vacation in Hawaii, wherever you have Wi-Fi. You can turn any of these stations on or off. Pretty slick. Here's zone 7 for our shrubs. Do a quick run. Say run. I'm going to press this play symbol. See our sprinklers kicking in here. Test it. If you wanted to go adjust things rather than having to go back and forth between between your adjustment at your sprinkler head and your controller. You got it right here. You can start and stop these things. You say, okay, well, I want to adjust how much water is coming out of this sprinkler head, but I don't want to just keep going back and forth. So you can just shut it off, pause, that'll turn off the valve, do your adjustment, and then if you want to test your adjustment, you turn it back on, and you're all set. So it's great. This is going to save a lot of time when you're trying to adjust your zones. It's a great invention.